From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today, because today is the peak for most of us. Now, we've got one more warm and mild day and dry day out there for everyone, and that's tomorrow, with a little kink here and there, which we'll talk about that here in a second. But we do expect cooler near the end of the week. When I say near, probably around Friday. I kind of had to backtrack on what I mean by near. Okay, yeah, so it'll be cooler near the end of the week. So Friday, as we go into Saturday, Sunday, temperatures will be noticeably cooler. Now, we do have more wet weather by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think Saturday is kind of the core of when we're going to see most of it. It will start to kind of increase in intensity on Friday, and then on the back side of that on Sunday, just a chance, and then chances diminish through the second half of the day on Sunday. And by the way, there's also a chance for thunderstorms in there, even as early as tomorrow in some spots here, but mainly Friday and into Saturday. And then dry with near normal highs as we go through a good portion of next week. Here's your neighborhood at a glance, and don't forget, you can always check a more detailed neighborhood forecast at weathernorcal.com or from the free Weather NorCal app, and you can get more detailed information from planners to 7-day forecast to the overall map for that entire area. So for example, for the Valley or Trinity County, the North Coast, the map for all those will have the daytime highs and of course the 7-day forecast for many of those areas as well. But it's going to be another gorgeous day tomorrow. That warmer air is still in place, and then that starts to move on out. Colder air begins to dive down the south. So from the low 80s in the Valley, low to mid 80s really, to the upper 60s, maybe around low 70s here for Friday, because the main cold core of cold area that is right here. But you know, temperatures starting to drop as a result because the warmer air is down to our south and east. Now this colder air will moderate. It won't be quite as cold once it moves over us, but it will drop our temperatures down in the low to mid 60s as it moves on through. Now this ridge is trying to build in, but it can't. And the reason being is, even though this is moving out, there's another one coming in from the north, coming in from Canada. And this is going to bring another shot of some cooler air. However, the coldest air will be to our east. We're just looking at, of course, those temperatures being moderated a bit. So we're kind of transitioning between the warmer and cooler air. So it will be warmer, close to normal for this time of the year as we go through a good portion of next week. In fact, the 10-day trend will show you that we do. That line here is normal, which is around 70 for the Valley, for Redding in particular. But you can see the temperatures drop, and this is the overall trend for everybody. Temperatures start to drop going into the weekend, and then they go back up. Now again, we're just above that normal line through a good portion of next week. So temperatures just barely above normals, but should be pretty nice as we go through a good portion of next week. A lot of that weather many of you have been asking for, right, is the dry and mild temperatures. And that's essentially what we're going to be dealing with here for next week. But there you can see this tomorrow morning as we take you through the coast, looking at some of the low clouds and some fog. Should dissipate a little bit here, but it looks like more of that coming in the afternoon. Now look at tomorrow afternoon. We're seeing those clouds developing in the higher elevations. So as we go through the day tomorrow, you may start to see some of those towering, puffy cumulus clouds develop. Now notice it is picking up on outside of our area, maybe a chance for a few thunderstorms. That said, embedded within, I'd say, northeast Shasta County, so around Bernie, and out towards, say, northern Lassen County, Modoc County, and Siskiyou County, could see a chance for a stray shower or a thunderstorm late in the day tomorrow. In fact, it's even picking up on some instability by tomorrow evening, around 9 p.m. You see that? So again, all of these areas here, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, maybe a chance for an isolated shower, or maybe even an off chance for a thunderstorm. But things get a little bit more intense by the time we get into Friday, but not Friday morning, because Friday morning things are drying out again, clearing out. Just a couple of clouds out there. And notice here, this is where the bulk of the rain is, okay? So we do have, in advance of it, some very light showers. So Friday morning along the coast, Crescent City, maybe Eureka, some of the inland areas, you may be experiencing some drizzle, light showers to start off the day on Friday, but nothing to really get too concerned about. You just notice those roads getting a little wet. Then we go into Friday around noon. That boundary pushes eastward, but look it off to our west and look at the flow of all this. It's coming in from the south and west. So that flow, as that area of low pressure dives down to the south and east, what will happen is that flow eventually makes its way for the rest of us. So late in the day Friday, we begin to see some of those showers, maybe some thunderstorms, even for the valley. Now, for now, it's got us shadowed in that flow because we do have the mountains all right here, right? So as it moves over the mountains, we start to see that shadowing for parts of the valley. So it may take a while for that rain to make its way into the valley, but I do expect that by late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, maybe some of those showers kicking in, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, even for the valley. But you can see some of the heavier rainfall in the mountains out towards Siskiyou County, Trinity County, not to mention the coast. But looking off to the north and east, just not much going on. But I do expect some of that flow to come in late in the day on Friday for Modoc, Lassen, and Plumas County. So just be aware of that. And then, of course, as we go into Saturday, we take a look at that area of low pressure. So remember what I was talking about. See how it moves to the south and east. So the flow around that will bring us more showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm on Saturday. By the way, snow levels averaging between 5,000 and 6,000 feet. Now, by Sunday, that low pressure moves now over Southern California. But we still may see some isolated showers on Sunday, but the chances are beginning to diminish as we go into Sunday afternoon. Now, as we mentioned, that colder air diving down to the south. So another player in this are the winds, because with that high pressure here, the low pressure here, the kind of between the two, you start to see those winds pick up. So a lot of times we talk about these inside sliders. That's essentially what we're looking at here. That's moving from to our north and east, but it's moving to the south and east here. But the flow around that low, you see these white lines are called isobars. And when they're tightly packed like that, the winds pick up. So I think we could be looking at some gusty winds at times for your Monday, Tuesday, maybe even into your Wednesday. Because this low pressure system is trying to move out, but it's actually going to kind of stick around for a while. But eventually, I do expect maybe some of this warmer air here, that ridge of high pressure, to maybe kind of kick in late next week. All right, so let's take a look at our wave heights. Now, there is a small craft advisory through tomorrow afternoon, but by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, you see how the wave heights are beginning to drop, and then they'll probably drop even more going into your Friday. But with that next system coming in over the weekend, yeah, you got those wave heights probably increasing again going into Saturday. So here's your marine forecast for your Thursday. North winds at 5 to 15 knots. You can see your waves from the north and from the northwest. In your high and low tide, your sunrise, sunset. And there you can see here a small craft advisory. Now that's going to be through tomorrow afternoon. So it's in effect now through tomorrow afternoon, but by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that small craft advisory should be allowed to expire. Let's take a look at tonight. And yes, I think many of us should stay. And, I was expecting even this morning to stay above that 40-degree mark. But some areas did see the upper 40s this morning. We could see that again here tomorrow morning, but that warmer air, today's the peak of the warming trend today, right? So we'll probably be looking at the peak of the warmer temperatures overnight as well. We did drop below freaking Alturas this morning. For now, I've got you above that, about 35, but bear in mind it may be a little bit cooler than that. Out towards Siskiyou County, upper 30s, low 40s. Upper 30s, low 40s in Trinity County, around the upper 40s for the inland areas, and low to mid 40s. For the coast tonight. Let's take you neighborhood by neighborhood. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Another warm day. It's just not going to be as warm in most spots here, taking you into tomorrow. 57 in Fortuna, 71 degrees for Alder Point, 70 out in Garberville for your daytime high. We take you up north, and there you can see Smith River, about 61, 67 out in Gasquet, Hoopa, about 72, and 69 degrees out in Orleans. All right, here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. You've got those temperatures low to mid 70s. Yeah, nice day. But of course, in the eastern parts of Siskiyou County, in particular, we have these higher elevations in northeast Siskiyou, so it tends to be a bit cooler as a result. We take you off into Modoc County. There you can see Canby about 71, as well as Calpines. There's Aden with a high of about 69, as well as Cedarville, and it looks like Alturas about 72 degrees. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, those temperatures are going to be in the 70s for most of us. I mean, some of those higher elevations like Viola and Mineral in the mid to upper 60s. Paradise, about 74 degrees. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, mainly in the low 80s though. You can see the west side of the valley, probably around 79 for Pascagoula and Elk Creek. But we take you out to Chico, 81, as well as Durham, and about 81 degrees out in Gridley. We take you up north, look for a high of about 81 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake, 82 in Redding, how about 80 in Lakehead and Whiskeytown, a high of about 78. Maybe a good day for a hike. tomorrow out at Whiskey Town. Great hikes out there. Take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. There's the showers on Friday. We go into the weekend, and of course, we've got another chance for showers. Now, I do expect the bulk of the rain for everyone, and really for the Valley in particular, to be Friday evening, Saturday, and then Sunday, maybe a few lingering showers, but most likely the chances for showers diminish through the day on Sunday before drying out and warming up closer to normal by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.